Hello, dear students. My name is Shubham Sir, and I welcome you on behalf of Creative Age. And today, this is our second lecture in the series. That how we in this series we were discussing about arithmetic. We were discussing about arithmetic part, and in this video lecture, I am going to discuss a few topics. The topics that I am going to discuss those are the first topic. Sorry, dear students, so there was some disturbance. So basically, the topic that I'm going to discuss today is first is profit and loss. I will be discussing questions of profit and loss. Then I will be discussing interest, then speed, distance, time, and at last I will be discussing time and work. So we will be discussing with profit and loss. So before we understand what exactly profit and loss are, let us first understand what is cost price and what is selling price. So cost price is the price at which you buy the things. So cost price is that price at which you buy the things. That is your cost price. And your selling price is the price at which you sell your things. The price at which you sell your things. So this is what cost price means, and this is what selling price means. Now, in general, the profit and loss is totally dependent on this cost price and this selling price. For example, if I buy a product at 100 rupees and I sell it at rupees 120, so obviously I have bought it 100 and selling it at 120. Obviously my selling price is greater than cost price. So this gives me that a feeling of happiness, and you can say that I'm getting profit here. So profit is nothing but selling price minus cost price. So our basic understanding is that whenever there is selling price is greater than the cost price, we say that we gain some profit. In the same way, let us say if I have bought a product at 100 rupees and I sold it at 80 rupees, in this case I'm saying that my cost price is greater than the selling price. So obviously I will have to lose rupees 20, and that loss is nothing but CP minus SP. That is 100 minus 80. That is I have lost 20 rupees, right? And in the previous case I had gained 20 rupees. In this case I've lost 20 rupees. So this is what our understanding of profit and loss is. But in general, we do not calculate profit and loss in terms of rupees or in euros or in dollars. In general, we do not do that, although for our understanding we can do that as well. But in general, what we have to do is that we mention our profit in terms of percentage, loss also in terms of percentage, because this percentage gives us the actual comparison between the cost price and profit or loss. Why I'm saying that between cost price and profit or loss? Because for example, if I were to calculate profit percent, so profit percent is nothing but SP minus CP upon CP into 100. Or in short, should be saying that if I were to calculate profits, I would be saying that P upon CP into 100. That means whatever profit I am gaining, whatever profit I am getting, that should be compared with cost price. Why is it so? The reason is cost price is the actual price I had paid for. Selling price is something that keeps on changing as if I sell a product at different prices. But cost price is something you can compare, that you can say that it is the manufacturing cost. Manufacturing cost is something that is constant, we cannot change it, right? So that is why profit percent is basically profit upon CP into 100, and profit, this is something we compare our profit or loss with cost price. So profit percent is P upon CP into 100, and the same way loss is L upon CP into 100. This loss is nothing but CP minus SP upon CP into 100. So I can see that this is my loss percent. Now, when it comes to relation between cost price and selling price, so we have seen one of the two relations here: profit equal to CP minus SP, SP minus CP, loss equal to CP minus SP. But there is one more relationship between CP and SP. But before we understand that relationship, let me tell you one thing, that let us say in terms of percentage, my cost price will always be called as 100%. I will always say whatever be my cost price is, it is always 100%, because cost price is the actual price and something actual is always 100%. When it comes to selling price, so selling price could be greater than 100% or selling price could be less than 100%. So when selling price is greater than 100%, so we can understand in this way. For example, my cost price was 100% and I sold a commodity at 120%. Now you may be finding it a bit confusing that how can I sell something at percentage? How can I say that I sold it at 120%? So you will understand after in a while, but for a while let us understand that 100% is like 100 rupees. So cost price is 100 and selling price is greater than 100%. Let us say I sold something at 120%. So basically I will say that I have got profit percent of 20. My profit percent is 20. So whenever and vice versa is also true. Whenever I say I got 20% profit, I will implicitly, I mean that my selling price is 120%. How I am going to use this information, you will know in a while. When I say my cost price is 100% and I lost 20%, so I would say that my selling price is gone, my selling price has gone 20% down. That means that my selling price is 80%. What is this 80% exactly? What is this 120% exactly? 80% means 80% of your cost price, whatever be your cost price, it will be mentioned in the question, let us say. So 80% of that cost price, that means you have decreased your cost price, you have decreased your amount. So that's why you are losing 20%. If you say 120% of your cost price, that means 100% is one time, 120% is 1.2 times. 120% is nothing but 120 upon 100, that means 1.2 times. So that means you are increasing your amount, that means you are gaining something, right? So whenever I will be told in terms of percentage, so CP will always be 100%, SP can be greater than 100% or it could be less than 100% as well. Now some of you may be thinking, or if not, you are not thinking, you should think, can SP be 100%? So my answer is yes, it could be 100% as well. It means that your CP and SP are equal. Now when your CP and SP are equal, it means that you have neither gained nor you have lost anything. You are in a neutral situation, right? So in this case, we say that CP equal to SP, or we can say that profit percent is equal to loss percent, or you can say that, yeah, profit percent is equal to loss percent. Now, this is what our understanding of profit and loss is. So from this from this understanding, we can say that our selling price is totally dependent on profit or loss. If we have got profit, my selling price would be greater than cost price. If I have lost something, my selling price would be less than cost price. So selling price will be equal to 100 plus profit percent. This is for profit. And if I had loss, I would be saying 100 minus loss percent upon 100 into CP. This is what one of the relationship between CP and SP is. This will be very helpful in your many of the questions. Now, let's come to our question number 1. The question reads, by selling a watch for 560. So this is my selling price. This is my selling price, or I can say that this is my selling price in terms of rupees. A shopkeeper incurs a loss of 20%. Now I have incurred a loss of 20%. It means that if I had bought a commodity at 100. I have sold it at rupees. I had to sold it at rupees 80. Or I can say in this way as well, that if I had bought a commodity at 100% price, I had to sell it at 20% of the cost price, right? Because I'm losing 20% in this question. A shopkeeper incurs a loss of 20%. So loss of 20% is given. Loss percent is 20. So from here you can infer that your percentage of selling price is 100 minus 20, that is 80%. This is your selling price percentage. Now some of you may be thinking why I am so stuck with selling price ka percentage. Why is it so? Because in my question I have been given actual selling price in terms of rupees. I have from this information and this actual selling price are the same thing, because both are the selling price only. But I have been asked, find the cost price of watch for the shopkeeper. That means I have to find the cost price. That means cost price is something 100% ki value I have to find, right? So you can, in terms of percent, getting 100% is equal to 700. 100% is equal to 700. So my cost price is 700. So my option B is correct here. Do let me check if I am getting anything or not. I am getting this. Okay, there is some problem, I guess, that some of you may not be able to see my screen. I would like to know from you people that am I visible now? Ria, Gayatri, am I visible now? Because in my screen I am able to see myself. Are you people able to see me? Ria, as of now, the update is that it is going to be conducted online. NIFT is going to be conducted online. Thank you very much, people. So I'm going to continue with our next question. Thank you very much for your valuable inputs. Okay, so I hope you must have understand our first question. So I'm going to discuss the second question, which reads that a pet shop owner sells the two puppies at the same price. Now the question reads that there is a pet shop and its owner sells its two puppies at the same price. On one he make a profit of 25% and on the other he suffers a loss of 25%. We have to find his loss or gain percent in the whole transaction. Now for this question I am going to tell you two approaches. The one approach is the general approach and the second approach is the shortcut of this question, and I will also let you know how to identify a question where you have to apply the shortcut. So I will let you know the vital information that is convenient for you in order to apply the shortcut. Now, the first thing that you need to understand is that the shopkeeper has sold two puppies, and those two puppies are sold in the same prices. So, what my information is that two commodities are sold and SP1 is equal to SP2. This is one of the important information that is being given in this question. On one he makes a profit of 25%. So on one he makes a profit of 25% and on other he makes a loss of 25%. Are you not able to see the question, people? Okay, hold a minute, people. I guess now you must be able to see the question. So yeah, now the question is visible. Okay, so let me re-explain this question before you, that what exactly is going on here. The question reads, a pet shop owner sells two puppies at the same price. On one he makes a profit of 25% and on other he suffers a loss of 25%. Means what are the information that is being told to us is that there are two puppies, that is there we have two commodities and both are sold at the same price. That means SP1 is equal to SP2. Apart from that, we have been given that on one commodity he is gaining a profit of 25% and on the other he is making a loss of 25%. Now you can say that if I sell a commodity of at 25% profit, you can understand in this way that if I get a profit of 25%, so it means that my selling price should be, if my cost price is 100%, my selling price should be 125%. 125% is nothing but 125 by 100, which is nothing but if you cancel it, you will be getting 5 by 4. So you can understand 25% profit as that you buy a commodity at 4 rupees and you sold it at rupees 5. I repeat it, you bought a commodity at 4 rupees and you sold it at rupees 5. So in this way you can see that you are gaining a profit of 1 rupee, you are gaining a profit of 1 rupee and the cost price is 4 rupees. So 1 by 4 is nothing but 25%. So 25% का profit can be written as 5 by 4, where 4 represent the cost price and 5 represent the selling price. In the same way, here I am losing 25%. 25% lose का मतलब होता है कि that means selling price is 75%. Let us say I bought a commodity at 100 and I sold it at 75. So I can say that 75% is 3 by 4. So you can understand in this way that you bought a commodity at 4 and you sold it at rupees 3. This is how you can understand. Now in our first scenario we have SP upon CP. SP upon CP for our first case is 5 by 4. For the second case, SP upon CP is, hold a minute people. Hello. अब हो गया स्ट्रिक्ट रहिए हो गया. Okay, so where were we? Let me rejoin the session. Yeah. So we can see that for our first case, my ratio of SP to CP is 5 by 4 and for my second case, my ratio of SP to CP is 3 by 4. These are my ratios of SP and CP. But what I have been given is that my selling price should be the same. But in our ratio, on our ratio scale, my selling price is 5 and my selling price is 3. Selling price to be the same. So what I will do is that I will multiply in our first case by 3 and divide by 3. Why I am doing that? The reason is 5 into 3 will make 15 here. And if I multiply 5 and divide by 5 in our both the cases, so I will be getting 15 by 12 here. And here I am getting 15 by, I should be getting 15 by 20, my friends. It should not be 12, it should be 20. So 5 by 4 into 3 by 3, it means that it is 12 by 15 by 12. And for second case, it is 15 by 20. Now I can see that In both the cases, ratio of my SP to CP became 15 by 12, and in the second case, ratio of SP to CP became 15 by 20. So I have made my selling price to be the same. That means I can observe that I bought two commodities at my cost prices are 12 plus 20, that is 32, but I sold each of them at 15, and so I can see that I bought commodities at 32 and I sold them at 30. Obviously I am incurring a loss of 2 rupees. I am getting a loss of 2 rupees. So my loss percent should be loss upon CP at the same selling prices. Both commodities are sold at the same selling prices. That means that whenever you are given such type of situation, there is always loss in such type of situation. There is always loss that two commodities are sold, both are sold at the same price. Along with this, we should also consider that profit percent and loss percent are also same in number. Profit percent and loss percent are also same in number. Had this not been the case, for example, profit percent is 25% and loss percent is 20%, I will not be applying the shortcut here. What are my necessary condition to apply the shortcut? That selling price should be the same. That means SP1 should be equal to SP2. Also, percentage of profit should be equal to percentage of loss. This is the second condition, that these two conditions, if these two conditions are fulfilled, only then you will be applying shortcut. Now, so in this case, you will always be observing the loss, and this loss is calculated by 100. What is X here? X here is percentage of profit or loss. So value of X is 25 to the power 2 upon 100. That is 625 upon 100. That is 6.25% ka loss that we had got here as well. This is the method 2, or you can say the shortcut method. So I hope you have understood this question. Now let's come to the third question. The question reads, the mark price of a table is 1200, which is 20% above the cost price. Now this is mark price, it is 20% above the cost price. It is sold at a discount of 10% on the mark price. Find the profit percent. Now there is one new terminology that has been told to us, that is mark price. Let us understand what is mark price first. Mark price is basically your MRP, that the sticker that you see on the product कि कितने रुपए का वो product है, that is your mark price. So that mark price is in general greater than the cost price. For example, I produced a product at 100 rupees. Let us say I produced a commodity at 100 rupees. This is my manufacturing cost, or you can say this is my cost price, the actual cost at which my product got produced. Now I paste a sticker of 125 on it. So this 125 is my mark price. That is 25 rupees above the cost price. So this is my MRP. Now, if a customer comes to me and says to me that he wants to bargain on this 125 and he will be able to offer me only 115 rupees of this commodity. So, and if I agree on this, so I would say that I have given a discount of 10 rupees. I have given a discount of 10 rupees. So basically, the customer is also happy because he got a discount of 10 rupees. I am also happy because for me the cost price was 100, but I sold it at 115 rupees. So I got a profit of 115 minus 100. That is, I got a profit of 15 rupees. So this is how we consider discount and MRP. So basically your discount is nothing but mark price minus selling price. And when it comes to percentage of discount, so it just act like as if it is a loss, but in actual it is not a loss. because we already increased the mark price to such an extent that there is no scope of loss. So discount percent is basically mark price minus selling price upon mark price into 100. So this is how we calculate our mark price. This is how we calculate our discount percent. Now we have been given question, the mark price of a table is 1200. So your mark price is 1200. Along with this, which you have been given, which is 20% above the cost price. 20% above the cost price का मतलब ये होता है कि cost price जो है, that means your mark price is basically 120% of cost price. This is what you have been told, right? So mark price is 120% of cost price. This is what your first statement reads. So mark price is basically 1200 is equal to 120% is 120 by 100 into cost price that we will be finding out. So this will be 120 and this will be cancelled 10 times. So CP will be equal to 1000 in our case. Now after that, it is sold at a discount of 10%. So this is what my CP was, means this is my actual cost at which I have manufactured it. Now it is sold at a discount of 10%. So discount is always calculated on mark price. So it is sold at selling price जो है वो कितना हो जाएगा 1200 minus 10% of 1200. Selling price, how do we calculate selling price? Selling price is basically what, if you observe this discount, MRP and SP. So if I take SP to the left hand side, I will be getting SP is equal to MRP minus discount. So MRP is 1200. I am subtracting discount from it. Discount is what? 10%. 10% of mark price. So 10% of 1200. So I will be getting 1200 minus 10% of 1200 is 10 upon 100 into 1200. So I will be getting 1200 minus 120. That means selling price is 1080. So my cost price is 1000, my selling price is 1080. So obviously I am gaining rupees 80. My profit is 1080 minus 1000. It is 80. That means profit percent should be equal to profit upon CP into 100. So profit is 80, CP is 1000 into 100. So I should be getting 00 and 00 got cancelled, single 0 and single 0 got cancelled. I would be getting 8 as my percentage of profit. So some of the students have come up with the right answer. Yes, Namrata, you are absolutely right. 8% is the correct option for this question. Now, I hope you must be getting what we are discussing here. So now we can move ahead, I believe. Now the third question reads that a shopkeeper marks the price of an article to be 250. So this is your mark price. Find the cost price. We have to find CP. If after allowing a discount of 20%, he still gains a 25% on cost price. That he is offering 20% discount, still he is getting 25% profit. Now again, there are two approaches of solving this question. One is the traditional approach, or you can say one is the literal approach. That is whatever is said in the question, we will be following that. And the second approach is one more approach is there that I will be discussing after I discuss the general approach. That mark price of an article is going to be 250. So MP is given, that is 250. Now the shopkeeper allows, find the cost price. We have to find CP. Find the cost price if after allowing a discount of 20%. That means discount is given as 20%. Discount is 20%. So I can say that the selling price should be MP minus SP. MP minus discount. The mark price is 250 and discount is 20% of 250. 20% of 250. So how shall I calculate that? 250 minus 20% of 250 is very easy to calculate. Basically first you will be finding 10%. 10% of 250, 10% means kitna hota hai? 10% is basically 1 by 10, right? So 10% of 250 is 1 by 10, and in the same way 20% will be, first we will be finding 10%, or 10% will be 10% into 250 will be 25. We have to find, since we have to find 20%, so 20% will be double of the 10%, that means 50. So selling price is rupees 200. Now what has been told is that we have to find CP, that if after allowing a discount of 20% he still gain 25%. This means that the shopkeeper is still getting 25% profit. So if he is getting 25% profit, so can I say that the percentage of selling price should be 125%? I believe you must be getting this, that he is gaining 25% means he is getting 25% extra over the cost price. So 25% extra over the cost price should be 100 plus 25. That means 125%. So 125%, this is the selling price percent, should be equal to the actual selling price, that is 200. So 1% should be equal to 200 upon 125. So I should be cancelling it, 25 5 times, 25 8 times. Now I should be finding what I have to find, cost price. So cost price should be 100%, that is 8 by 5 into 100, that is 160 rupees. This is how we calculate our cost price in such type of question. There is one more approach that you can apply in this question, that but before you apply this you should be knowing some basic concept, that previously we had discussed selling price is equal to 100 plus profit percent upon 100 into CP. This is the relationship between CP and SP. There is one more relationship between SP and mark price. SP is also equal to 100 minus discount percent, 100 minus discount percent upon 100 into mark price. This is also one of the relationship between SP and MP. So this is also equal to SP, this is also equal to SP. I should be equating RHS of both the equation. So I would be saying that 100 plus profit percent upon 100 into CP is equal to 100 minus discount percent upon 100 into mark price. 100 and 100 would be cancelled. So I would be getting 100 plus profit percent into CP is equal to 100 minus discount percent into MP. Now in this question I have been given profit percent. So 100 plus 25. I have also been given cost price. Sorry, I have to calculate cost price. Okay, I have to calculate cost price equal to 100 minus, I have been given discount percent, discount is 20, and I have also been given mark price. So you can calculate this as well. You will be getting CP will be equal to 80 upon 125. This 100 plus 25 becomes 125, and this is 80 upon 125, and in RHS you are getting 250. So 125 250 cancel 2 times, 80 into 2 should be 160. So this is the second approach you can find your cost price. Now let's move ahead. Now the third question reads, fourth question this is, by selling a casserole for 820, that means this 820 is your selling price, a man incurs a loss of 18%. So you have been given selling price, that is 820. You have also been given loss percent is 18. So from here you should be implicitly, you can implicitly say that your selling price percent is 100 minus 18%, that is 82%. So this selling price percent and actual CP are comparable. At what price should he sell? Again, you have to find SP2. SP1 has been given, but the SP2 is what? Which one? What is SP2? At what price should he sell? Then again, it is asking your selling price, the casserole to gain profit percent. So you have to find that selling price when you will be getting 28% ka profit, right? So you have to find in this case. Now, how can you find? Let us assume that, let us see that. So the first approach is, we know that 82% is nothing but 82% selling price is equal to 820. So I can say that 1% is equal to 10. 82 and 820 are cancelled 10 times. So 1% is 10. I have to find at what price should he sell the casserole to gain 28%. So if I were to gain 28%, that means 28 above cost price. So I should be saying that my selling price should be 100 plus 28, that is 128%. So I have got 1% equal to 10. So in order to find 128%, it should be 128% should be 128 into 10. I multiplied 128 both the sides. So my answer should be 1280. This is how we find the second selling price, and the correct option should be B. So again, Namrata has given the correct answer, and Reena had given the correct option of the previous question along with Pratap as well. So there are people who are going with us, and I appreciate your the way you are doing the questions. So let's keep on doing the same thing. You can do this question in another way as well, that there is a for such type of question. What do I mean by such type of question? You have been given SP1 and you are being asked SP2. So there is a relationship between SP1 and SP2, and that is SP1 upon 100 plus profit percent is equal to SP2 upon 100 plus profit percent. I should be saying that profit 1% or profit and profit 2%. If you're incurring a loss, so this profit can be replaced by minus of L percent. In the same way, in the second situation as well, if you are incurring a loss, this P2 can be replaced by minus of L2. So you can use this formula as well. That means you were given SP1. SP1 was 820. So 820 upon 100. Now in the first case, you were incurring a loss of 18%. So 100 minus 18 is equal to, I had to find SP2 upon 100 plus profit, and I had to gain 28% in the second case. So P2 should be 28. So my answer should be 820 upon 82, and this 100 plus 28 will be 128 in the LHS is equal to SP2. So in this way as well, you will be getting SP2 equal to 1280. So these are the two approaches by which you can find the selling prices, the selling price. Now let's move ahead. This is the, I believe this is the last question of our topic profit and loss. After that we will be discussing interest, both simple and compound interest. The cost price of 40 oranges. So I have been told CP of 40 oranges. Of literal meaning of is multiply. In terms of mathematics, the meaning of is multiply. The 40 into CP is equal to the selling price of 30 oranges. 30 oranges का selling price के equal है ये. So we have to find percentage profit. So first I will be finding the ratio of CP and SP. So SP will go to the left hand side. So CP and SP will go in the denominator, is equal to 30 was in RHS. I will take this 40 also in the RHS in the denominator. So it will be 3 by 4. So CP upon SP will be equal to 3 by 4. So you can say this as, you can read this as that you got a commodity at rupees 3. That means you bought a commodity at rupees 3 and you sold it at rupees 4. You sold it at rupees 4. So obviously you are gaining 1 rupee here and you are gaining 1 rupee over cost price of 3 rupee. So this 3 rupees shows that this 1 upon 3 is basically what? This is your ratio of profit upon CP. We have to find the percentage of profit. So I have found the value of P upon CP. I have to find profit percent. So it is basically P upon CP into 100. So it should be 1 by 3 into 100. That is 33.33% of profit I will be getting. So my correct answer is 33%. So okay, so the correct answer is 33% here, 33.33%. I hope you have understood all the concept of that we have discussed here in this topic. Now okay, there is one more interesting question of profit and loss. I guess I have included a lot of question because there are so many concepts related to profit and loss. So this is one more question. Now this is very interesting question. Now those people who know the solution of this question, they can answer me in the chat box. Yes, Reena, 33.33% is absolutely right for the last question. Now for this question, this requires a little bit of attention here. Those who have, there may be many people who did not have understood this question at first. So I will be explaining this question as well because this question is way more interesting than the previous, all the questions that we discussed previously earlier. So the question reads that a reduction of 20% in the price of sugars enables a housewife to buy 5.4 kg more for rupees 432. Now this line is a bit confusing for all of you. Even when I solved this question for the first time, I did not understand what exactly this line means. But let me explain you by a rough example, and I emphasize this word rough example because the example that I may be taking may be wrong for this question. Those are not the exact values that I will be quoting here, but I am just, for the sake of explaining, I am letting you this example. Let, for example, initially you are the person who buy who goes to the, you are the person who goes to the grocery. Now every week you go to the grocery along with 100 rupees. This is, I'm talking for the first week, and this is, let us say, for the second week. In the first week you take 100 rupees with you and you bring, let us say, 50 kg of rice. You bring 50 kg of rice with you. Now the government announces that there will be reduction in the price of rice. So this time again you are taking 100 rupees. Next week also you are taking 100 rupees, but this time instead of getting 50 kg, this time you get 60 kg. Despite the fact that this time also you are paying the 100 rupees as you paid earlier as well. Why it is happening? It is very simple. Earlier the price was, let us say, something x rupees per kg. X rupees per kg. This time the government reduced the price of rice and now you are getting 60 kg for the same amount. आप लोग पेट्रोल के दाम में कई बार ऐसा देखते होंगे कि earlier we used to get our tank filled in 100 rupees. कई 100 रुपीज़ में हम लोग 1 या 1.5 लीटर अप्रॉक्स वी यूज टू फिल करवा लेते थे टैंक को. बट दिस टाइम नाउ एट 100 रुपीज़ वी डू नॉट गेट इवन 1 liter petrol. So this is what is happening in this question, that there is a reduction in the price of sugar, and this is what enabling a housewife that she can buy 5.4 kg of sugar. Means earlier if she was buying x kg, this time she is buying x plus 5.4 kg. Earlier also she used to pay 432 kg for buying x kg. She used to pay 432 kg. This time also she is paying 432 kg, but this time she is getting 5.4 kg extra. Why she is getting extra? Because price का हो गया है, price has been reduced, price आपकी कम हो गई है. So basically the concept that you should remember here is that expenditure is equal to price into consumption. This is what the relationship between price and consumption reads. Expenditure equal to price into consumption. Expenditure is basically total price that you pay for the entire commodity. Price is cost of one article and consumption is number of article that you consume. Now what is happening is that we have two cases. One case is prior to reduction and one case is after the reduction. So initially let us say the price was something and consumption was something. I am assuming that price was initially P and consumption was C. Later what happened? There is reduction in price up to 20%. That means the price reduced to 20%. The price reduced, there is a reduction of 20%. That means the price become 4 by 5 of P. Initially it was P, later it become 4 by 5 of P. 4 by 5 का मतलब क्या है? 80%. 4 by 5 means 80%. Initially it was 1p, that is 100% of price, and now it has become 4 by 5p. If you are still not able to understand, let us consider a number, a random number I am considering. Let us say पहले जो sugar का price था it was 100, now it is reduced to 20%. Let us say अब price हो गया है 80. Now I believe it is easy to understand. 180. Consumption initially it was C. This time you are getting 5.4 kg extra. So C plus 5.4. So this is prior to reduction. This RHS is after the reduction. So 100C is equal to 80C plus this is 54 into 8. So it should be 8 4s are 32, 2 carry 3, 5 8s are 40, 430. So I will be getting 432. So 80C will go there. So it will be 20C is equal to 432. So C की value will be equal to 432 upon 20. So it is basically 21.6. So initially the consumption was 21.6 kg. What we have been asked, find the reduced price per kilogram. I have to answer the reduced price. So reduced price, how can I calculate this? So C is basically 21.6 kg. So I have to find, now again I will be using the expenditure equal to price into consumption. The expenditure is basically 432, which is mentioned in our question that expenditure is 432. Is I have to find price into consumption. Consumption is basically 21.6. Okay, this is the okay, one more thing that I should be considering. I have been asked the reduced price. Okay, तो price कम होने के बाद, okay, after the reduction of price I am not getting 20 C equal to 21.6. instead I am getting C plus 5.4. so I should be calculating C plus 5.4. so it should be 21.6 plus 5.4. so it will be 22 and 27. so I should be using this concept E equal to P into C. So here my price I have to calculate and consumption is 27. So value of P will be 432 upon 27. So it will be 9 3s are 27, then 9 4s are 36, 7 2, 9 8s are, and this 3 and 48 cancel 16 times. So the answer is, I believe 16 is the correct answer, given that I have made no calculation mistake. Let me recheck it. 9 3s are 27, 9 4s are 36, 9 4s are 36, 7 2, 9 8s are 72. So the answer is 16 rupees per kg. This is what my reduced price of my sugar. right? So I hope you must have understood this question. Let us move to the next question. This was a bit lengthy, although yet it was an interesting question. Now the topic that we are going to discuss is simple interest and compound interest. So basically, let me tell you what exactly interest is. Interest is basically extra amount that you pay to someone and or someone pays to you. Interest is basically extra money. Why do we need extra? Why do we pay somebody extra money? Because, for example, if you take loan from a bank, so what exactly loan means? That you are taking some money on rent. You're taking some money on rent at the time when you desperately need it. So the bank is offering you at your bad times, or someone else is offering at your bad times. If you're struggling and you are getting money from somebody, so obviously that person is trusting you, that person is giving you his money, which can be used by him as well, but he's entrusting you with that money, and along with this he's also offering you time, that you take this money for XYZ years. So that is why when you will repay it, you should be thankful to that person. I know that I am getting a little bit philosophical, but for the sake of understanding, I'm doing that. So you should be thankful. And how will you be thanking? Since he helped you with money, you should be also be thanking him with money, with extra money, कि हाँ यार thank you, तूने मेरे को उस टाइम पे पैसे दिए. So basically this interest is nothing but extra money that is charged by you, or that is charged on you by someone else. So that is what interest means. So we study two types of interest. One is simple interest and the second is compound interest. As of now, I'm discussing simple interest. Simple interest, as a name itself suggests, that it is very simple. Why it is simple? The reason it is simple is that it is only applied on principal. You must have studies formula for simple interest, that is principal into rate into time by 100. So you can see that this principal is being multiplied by both rate and time. So you are only applying interest on principal only. You are not applying on any other device or any other on any other terms. So this is how you calculate simple interest. This can be understood in this way as well. I will be explaining you the first question by formula as well, and by literal actual meaning of interest as well. For example, your question is that 1200 is lent out at 5% per annum simple interest for 3 years. That means you have been given principal equal to 1200. You have been given rate is 5%, and also you have been given time for 3 years. So that means, suppose you are a person, you are given rupees 1200 when you needed it. You've been told that you will be charged extra at the rate of 5%. Now what exactly rate means, I will also be explaining you this, and for the period of 3 years. So for example, this is my first year. Let us say I'm talking about 2022. So in 2022, I have been given 1200 at the rate of 5%. That means 5%. What is the 5% of 1200? It is going to be 60. So what does this 60 exactly mean? This 60 is extra money that is charged by you on this 1200. This is what rate means. On this rate you will be charged extra money. So you calculated 5% of 60 for the first year. Similarly, for the second year as well, that is in 2023, your interest would be 60. In the third year as well, that is in 2024, your interest would be 60. So the total interest that will be paid by you would be, find the amount after 3 years. Okay. So the total interest that you will be paying is 60 plus 60 plus 60, that is 180. That means you will be paying 180 rupees extra in these 3 years. 1380 rupees extra. So how can we use the formula? We all know how to use formula. In this question, I wanted to tell you the literal meaning of, or the mathematical meaning of what exactly interest is. Basically, if you were to find, you will be simply using the formula P into R into T, that is 1200 into 5 into 3 upon 100. So this is what 12 into 5 is 60, 60 into 3 is 180. That is what we had did, 60 plus 60 plus 60. That means that it is nothing but 60 plus 3, 60 into 3, that is 180. So you can also observe that simple interest can be added each year. Year by year, you can add simple interest. Why I am emphasizing this statement so much? The reason is you will not be availed of this facility in the compound interest, right? So this is you simple interest can be added after years. Compound interest cannot be. We will be discussing a little bit more on when we will be discussing compound interest. But as of now, our simple interest is a 180 rupees and our amount is 1380. Now, this is the second question for you. I am expecting, as of now, I expect you to do it first. Then I will be also telling you what exactly compound interest is. Till then, because my laptop is going to be discharged, so let me plug in. Okay, I guess I have given a very short time to all the people, but the time is very less. That's why I'm doing so much. I'm in a bit hurry. Now the question reads: 2100 is lent at 20 at compound interest at 5% per year per annum for 2 years. Find the amount after 2 years. This time you have been compounded. You've been you've been compounded. You've been lent at compound interest. Now, what exactly is compound interest? So, in simple interest, as I had you mentioned, you that simple interest for first thing was the interest was being calculated only on principal, while the compound interest is calculated not only on principal but also on the interest of previous years. That is why it is called compound interest, because compound is basically uh, two components are here. One component is principal itself. One component is principal itself, and the second component is interest. In simple interest, this interest has no interference over the amount. But in compound interest, we not only calculate on principal, we also calculate on interest. What do we calculate? The interest. We will be calculating interest on principal and we will also be calculating interest on interest. That is why compound interest is basically interest on interest. That means you are being that means you are being compounded twice. This is what compound interest means. Now, what exactly compound interest means, do let me tell you, because I am going to tell you the first method, that is the split method. And the reason I am telling you the split method is that because it will give you the better understanding of compound interest. Along with this, you will also be understanding this method in order to find those questions which are not that straightforward. Although this question is straightforward, you can apply the formula, direct formula, and you will be getting the correct answer. I am not denying that, and I suggest you that if you ever see this question in the examination, do not follow the method that I am telling you right now. The method that I am going to tell you is just for the sake of understanding, clear, and to give you the clear understanding what exactly compound interest is. Yet you can use any the formula method as well. Basically, whenever we have to find compound interest, so initially the first step we do is that we found amount, and amount is P into 1 plus R by 100 to the power T. This is amount. Now if you were to find CI, so CI would be this term minus principal. You will be subtracting principal from the amount and you will be getting compound interest. Now the question reads 2100 is lent at compound interest for 5% per annum for 2 years. We have to find amount after 2 years. One of the approach is that amount key that you directly apply the formula. I'm telling you straightforwardly. I'm not going to solve it. I'm just telling you you can apply the formula, and you should be applying the formula if you ever get this question in the actual examination. So principal is 2100. 1 plus rate is 5 upon 100. Time is 2 years. So 2100 is 5 by 100 is 1 by 20. So this become 1 plus 1 by 20 to the power 2. That means 2100. So it will be 21 by 2 to the power 2. I expect you that you will be able to solve this question, and you will be able to answer this question as well. You will be getting your amount. So now the step that I'm going to tell you is that I'm going to tell you what exactly compound interest is, because for example, this is very straightforward question, as I have already told you that you should be using this formula. But what if instead of 2 years, I tell you the time is 1.5 year, or I would say the time is 1 year, 3 month. So how are you going to calculate compound interest? Will you be doing time that is 1 year 3 month is basically 1 year 3 month is basically 1 by 4 year, 1 year and 1/4 of a year, 1/4 of the next year. So that is 5 by 4 total year. So will you be doing t key value 5 to the power 4, 5 by 4? Now you will be multiplying for this entire term 5 times, and then you will be taking 4 times root. Will you be doing that? Obviously you cannot do. Even if you could do, that will be very lengthy approach to do, right? So that is why I'm telling you the second approach. As of now our question is for 2 years only, but I will also let you know how to calculate if your time were 2.5 year, 1.25 year in this for this type of question as well. So what you will be doing, you will find compound interest for the first year. So the compound interest for the first year is very similar, or not only very similar, it is same as the simple interest. Basically 2100, this is your principal, into rate. Rate is 5%. 5% is nothing but 5 by 100, that is 1 by 20. So 2100 into 1 by 20, this is going to be, if I'm not wrong, it is 105. So this is interest for the first year. This is interest for the first year. Now for the second year, my interest would be 105 plus, now compound interest for the second year, how do we calculate it? First we will be taking the interest of the previous year, then on that interest I will reapplying the interest at this year. So it would be 105 into 1 by 20. So it should be 105 plus 1 by 20, if I am not wrong, it is 5.25, 215.25. So that means the total amount will be principal plus CI, that is 2100 plus 215.25. So which will be equal to 2, it should be 100 or 200, 300, 2315.25. So I believe it is mentioned in the question, so it is option number B. Now the reason I have done with this method, for example, your time were 5 by 4 year. 5 by 4 years is basically 1 year 3 month. 1 year and 1/4 of a year. 1 year 3 month. So what you will be doing, you will be calculating for the first year. This is for the first year. ये 1 year का आपके पास निकल गया. Now you will be calculating for the second year. So you calculated for second year, that is 110.25. This is for the entire second year. I do not want for the entire second year. I only want for the 1/4 of the second year. 5 by 4 is basically 1 plus 1 by 4. So for the first year, I have calculated 105. For the 1/4 next 1/4 year, what I will be doing, I will be calculating for the entire second year. Then I will multiply this by 1 by 4. I hope you are getting what I am trying to convey to you. So you will be getting for the interest for the 3 month of the second year, and you will be adding 105 with this number, and you will be getting interest for the 5 by 4 year, right? So that is why I deliberately try to explain you with the split method. Means we split interest for each year by year. Now, next question. Find the compound interest on 1000 at the rate of 25%. You have to find CI here. At the rate of CI, rate is given per annum for 18 months when the interest compounded half yearly. Again, this keyword half yearly was not mentioned earlier in our case, right? So if you were to find half yearly, if you were to find compound interest half yearly, so how you approach, what you do is that rate becomes half. The first step is that you reduce your rate to half, because you have to find it half yearly. Half yearly का मतलब क्या होता है? It means that you have to pay interest after every 6 months. So you have in total 18 months. So how many times will you be paying interest? 6 months, next 6 months, and then next 6 months. So you have completed 18 months. That means you will be paying your interest thrice. First 6 months, next 6 months, next 6 months. 18 months in total, 3 times in 18 months. So that is why rate becomes r by 2 and times become time की वैल्यू क्या हो जाती है? Number of month divided by 6. If it is half yearly, you will be dividing by 6. If it is I'm sorry people, if it is quarterly, which number will you be dividing by? I would like to hear from you. I am waiting for a response in the comment box. Would someone like to contribute? That for half yearly you will be dividing by 6. No, but for quarterly, by which number will you be dividing? 3 or 4? I am waiting for a response. So, okay. So for quarterly, you should be dividing by 4, right? So T will become, here, this is half yearly, so I am dividing by 6. So number of months is 18. 18 by 6 would be, that means 3. So that means you will be paying interest thrice. So, and your rate would become 20 by 2, that is 10%, right? Okay. I've got one answer, 3. Okay. So, okay, yeah, for quarterly you will be dividing by 3. I take my words back. It should not be 4, it should be 3. For quarterly you will be dividing by 3, right? So your interest become 10% and your time become for 3 years. Now this question become equivalent to the question where you have been given principal equal to 1000, rate equal to 1000, rate is equal to 10%, and time will be equal to 3 years. Now this question that is mentioned to you here and the question that I have written in front of you are equivalent. Equivalent means whatever be the interest and amount will generated here, that amount will be the same as for this situation, right? So I hope you can solve this question. I am giving you this as your homework. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in the comment section. Yes, Namrata, you are getting answer number C. So I hope you are getting that. I hope this answer is correct. Exactly, I do not know what exactly the correct answer, but I will be reporting you this answer in the comment box or in the PDF. I will be providing a PDF of this topic, so I will be mentioning you there what exactly is the correct answer. But I hope you are right. I cannot guarantee that this is the right answer because I do not remember this. But I am leaving up to you for as your homework question. Now let's move to our next question. We have to find the principal if the compound interest is charged on the principal at the rate of this percent per annum for the period of 2 years and the sum becomes 196. So you have been given what you have been given. You have to find principal is unknown to you. You have been charged at 16.2 by 3%, 16.2 by 3%. So which can also be written as 1 by 6. In terms of fraction, it can also be written as 1 by 6. I hope you all can understand why 16.2 by 3% or 16.66% can be written as 1 by 6. ये percentage form है and I have converted into the fraction form, or I would say I remember the fraction form. Then amount is given 196. Now what to do? So again you can apply the formula. So our formula is A is equal to P 1 plus R by 100 to the power T. The amount is given 196. Principal we have to find out 1 plus R by 100. R by 100. If you basically R by 100 is 1 by 6. R by 100 is 1 by 6. Those who are not able to understand, they should consider here that 16.2 by 3% is basically 50 by 3%. Notice that I have yet not removed this percentage wala symbol. What I will be doing, 50 by 3 as it is, percentage means 1 by 100. This is what we can see here. Divide by 100 is basically 1 by 100. So this is nothing but 15 2 times. So it has become 1 by 6. So instead of R by 100, you can write 1 by 6 whole to the power T. Now I guess time is given to you. Find the principal if the compound interest is charged on the principal at the rate of this percent for 2 years. Time is given to you, that is 2. Right? So time is 2 basically. So 196 is equal to P times of 6 plus 1 plus 1 by 6 is 7 by 6 ka square. Okay, so I can say that P is equal to 196 into 6 by 7 ka whole square. 7 by 6 becomes 6 by 7 when I shifted it to the left hand side. So basically it becomes 196 into 6 by 7 into 6 by 7. So 7 times ये हो जाएगा 7 2s are 14, 5 6 8 times 7 ये हो गया 4 times. So it will be 6 into 6 36, 36 into 4 is 144. This is what your principal is. So again okay, so our answer is T in this case. 144 is our correct answer. Okay, now let's move to the next question. The question reads, the SBI lent 1331 to the Tata Group at a compound interest and got 1728 after 3 years. That means SBI lent 1331 to the Tata Group at a compound interest and got 1728. That means this 1331 is basically your principal and 1728 is your amount. I hope you can understand this. SBI lent 1331, that is principal, to the Tata Group at a compound interest and got 1728 after 3 years. So this 1728 is nothing but that amount, that means that principal along with interest after 3 years. We have to find the rate of interest charged if it is compounded annually. So I will be again telling you the two approaches. One approach is that again the formula method, that amount is equal to P 1 plus R by 100 to the power T. So A की वैल्यू हमें यहाँ पर कितनी है, अमाउंट इज 1728 Principal is 1331. 1 plus r by 100. Rate we have to find out. So r by 100 as it is power 3 for 3 years. Now I can see that 1331 can be shifted to the LHS. So I would be writing 1728 upon 1331 is equal to 1 plus r by 100 whole power 3. This cube will become cube root when it will be shifted to the LHS. So I will be saying that cube root of 1728 upon 1331, this is equal to 1 plus r by 100. So you will be getting, so cube root of 1728 is 12, cube root of 1331 is 11. Now some of you may be thinking कि मुझे इतनी जल्दी कैसे पता चला? Basically one of the approaches is prime factorization, that you do prime factorization of 1728. ये एक अप्रोच है. सेकेंड अप्रोच ये है कि यू रिमेंबर द क्यूब्स ऑफ नंबर. आई ऑलवेज रिकमेंड टू माई स्टूडेंट्स दैट यू शुड बी रिमेंबरिंग क्यूब अप टू 20 फ्रॉम 1 to 20 and square root up to 30, right? So 11 by 12 is basically 1 plus r by 100. I will be shifting this one to LHS again, so it will be 12 by 11 minus 1 is equal to r by 100. So it will be equal to 12 minus, it will be 12 minus 11 by 11 is equal to r by 100. So this is going to be 1 by 11. 100 will be equal, 100 will be shifted to the LHS is equal to r. So r is basically 9.09%. I hope this is mentioned in the option. So yes, it is option number B here. This is one of the approaches. The second approach is very simple, very straightforward. Basically, what I can assume, conclude from the question is that this 1331 which was lent by SBI to the Tata Group, this becomes 1728. This is principal, this is amount. This principal becomes amount in the span of 3 years. Now whatever time is given, for example, if I am given 3 years here, I will be taking cube roots both the side. I will be taking cube root both the side. Because in the question as well, when we were following the traditional approach, you also saw that we had to take the cube roots, because this 3 became power 1 cube root in the left hand side. So in the first step here, in the shortcut method, in the first step, it's in the first method itself, I would be taking cube root both the side. So this 11 becomes 12 in 1 year. This can be interpreted in this way. So 11 becomes 12. That means you charge an interest of 1 rupee over 11 rupee. So this 1 by 11, you have to find rate, that is 1 by 11 into 100. It is going to be 9.09%. Suppose the time were 2 year, so I would have taken square root both the side. Suppose the time would have been 4 year, I would have been taken square root twice. First time square root, so 4 becomes 2 year, again square root, this 2 year become 1 year. I hope you must be getting what I am trying to convey here. So whatever time is given to you, you take root accordingly. 3 year cube root, 2 year square root, 4 year 2 times square root, right? So this is how you calculate time for such type of question. Now that next question reads, what is the rate of simple interest? Again, this question is of simple interest. We have to find R for the first 4 year if the sum of 360 becomes 540 in 9 years, and the rate of interest for the last 5 years is 6%. Okay, so some of you may not have understood this question. So basically the question is that the principal was 360, it becomes 540 in 9 years in total. It is also mentioned to us that the rate of interest for the last 5 years, there are total 9 years that is mentioned in the question itself, but the rate for the first 4 years is different, and for rate for the last 5 year is different. So basically, can I say that this question, this simple interest is divided into two parts? First part is of 4 year and the second interest for 5 year. This is what you have been given. So S1 plus SI1 plus SI2. So basically your interest becomes from basically your principal changes from 360 to 540. That means your interest becomes 180. So I believe I can say that SI1 plus SI2, this becomes 180. In total it becomes 180. SI is basically P into R into T. So P is 360. Rate I have to find out. Time is for first 4 years, so I am taking time 4 initially, upon 100 plus SI2 is again principal into rate for the next 5 years. Rate is 6%, it is given to you. The SI1 is for first 4 years and SI2 is next 5 years. So P into R is 5%, 6% here, and time is 5 years upon 100 is equal to 180. So this becomes 360 into 4 into R upon 100. I have deliberately not cancelled this amount for the sake of calculation, so that easy calculation मैं करना चाहता हूँ. That's why I'm not cancelling as of now. Although you can cancel and I can also cancel, yet I'm not doing deliberately. 0 and 0 got cancelled. 5 and 10 got cancelled twice. 2 is cancelled 3 times. So this becomes 36 into 3 is 108 is equal to 180. This 108 will be shifted to the RHS. So I will be getting, okay, it is better if I cancel at least one of the zeros. So I will be getting 36 into 4 is 144 upon 10 is equal to 180 minus 108. So 144 and R is also there. 144 upon 10 is equal to 72. So, and along with this R is also there. R is basically 72 into 10 upon 144. By 9, 9 8s are 72, 9 16 times, no, it is not 16 times, it is 18 times. 9 1s are 9, 9 2s are, then 2 and 10 cancel 5 times. So R is 5% here. So this is how we calculate rate. So, okay. So the last topic for today is time and work, and before you I am presenting you one or two questions of time and work, and rest of the question will be discussed in tomorrow's session. Probably they will be discussed. So the next topic is of time and work. So the first question reads, A can do a piece of work in 20 days and B can do in 15 days. So basically time and work, this is the simplest form of time and work question. Basically in this type of question you are given time for an individual or for a group, and you have to answer that in how many days the certain person completes a certain work. Now what the question reads, A can do a piece of work in 20 days. So basically A के पास जो time है that is 20 days है. And B can do the same, B can do it. This it is important because it says that B can do the same work which A was doing in 20 days, B is doing the same work in 15 days. How long will it take if both work together? So basically I have to find both work together. So the first thing that I should be thinking of is that what exactly is my total work? What exactly is my total work? A कितना काम कर रहा है, B कितना काम कर रहा है, that is not mentioned to us. But we can consider these total work in our ratio scale. Ratio scale का मतलब क्या होता है? What have we told is that? We have been told is that A can do a piece of work in these many days and B can do it, means the same work that A was doing, that was also done by B. That means A and B are doing the same piece of work. The only difference is that A is doing it in 20 days and B is doing in 15 days. So why not take the LCM of both the numbers? Which both the numbers? 15 and 20. इससे क्या होगा? Let us do first. LCM of 15 and 20 is going to be, if I'm not wrong, it is going to be 60. I hope you all can find the LCM of 15 and 20. I'm leaving up to you. So this LCM 60, it states that, so people here have come up with the right answer. In the previous question as well, Disha had given the right answer, 9.09, and this time also she is giving the right answer, so I appreciate her for her, she's doing great job. Okay, so what exactly now, let me tell you that this 60 unit of work, let us say this 60 denotes the total work. So this 60 work is completed by A only. A can be done by A also, and this 60 unit of work can be done by B also, but A can do this 60 unit of work in 20 days while B can do the 60 unit of work in 15 days, means both are doing the same work. That is what it had been mentioned in our question, that whatever work A is doing, the same work is also done by B. So if this is my time, LCM of time, let us say this 60 is my total work, and now I will be finding the efficiency. Efficiency is just like speed, ki who is more faster, who is more efficient, who is more quicker. So A can do this entire work in 20 days. That means in one day A can do 60 upon 20. 3 unit of work is what A can do. 60 upon 15, 4 unit of work is what B can do in a single day. That means, if what I have been asked is that how long will they take if both work together. So if I want them to work together, that means that A and B will be doing total 7 unit of work in a single day. In a single day, A and B will be doing 7 unit of work. So time taken by A and B together, would be, total work has to be done, that is 60, and on a single day they are completing 7 unit of work, so it would be 60 upon 7. That means 7 8s are 56, remainder is 4 by 7. So in these many days A and B can complete the entire work together. So the correct answer is 8 4 by 7, option number B, right? Okay, I should be taking one more question because our initial 15 minutes were wasted because of I had completed a silly mistake there. So for that I apologize before all of you, all the people out there. So let us conclude this question as well in order to compensate what we had wasted initially. So the second question reads that Raju can do a piece of work in 10 days, Vicky in 12 days. So Raju can do a piece of work in 10 days, Vicky can do in 12 days, and Tinku can complete the same work in 15 days. And Tinku in 15 days. What it reads, Raju can do a piece of work in 10 days, Vicky in 12 days, and Tinku in 15 days. So it means that whatever the work is, Raju can do that in 10 days, Vicky can do the same work in 12 days, and Tinku can do the same work in 15 days. That means again I will have to take LCM of these number. Why we are taking LCM? Again, let me remind you that this LCM lets me know that what exactly the total work is on the ratio scale. So 10, 12 and 15. So 10, 12 and 15. LCM would be again 60. So let us say this 60 unit of work is completed by R in 10 days. 60 unit of work is completed by 12 is completed by V in 12 days, and 60 unit of work is completed by T, that is Tinku, in 15 days. So this is time. LCM of time lets us know the total work or the assumed work that we can consider, and I will be again finding efficiency. So efficiency will be 60 upon 10. Rinku can do 6 unit of work in a single day. Vicky can do 60 upon 12, that is 5 unit of work in a single day, and Tinku can do 60 upon 15, 4 unit of work in a single day. Now what it reads, they all start the work together, means they begin to work. So in one day, they how much work can they do? 6 plus 5, 11, 11 plus 4, 15. So if I were to make them work together, I observe that 15 unit of work can be completed in a single day if I want them to work together. So they all start the work together. That is what we wanted. But Raju leaves after 2 days. Means for the first 2 days, everything was going fine. So let me tell you, in the first 2 days, they completed 15 into 2, 30 unit of work has been completed. Now Raju is like, he wants to go. So how many work is remaining as of now? So the remaining work is 60 minus 30, that is 30 unit of work is remaining, and Raju is the first person to leave. Raju is the first person to leave, and Vicky leaves 3 days before the completion of the work. Now this has not been told to you in how many days did the work left and did the work completed in. So let us assume after Raju leaves, the work completes in T days. I repeat my statement. After Raju leaves, let us assume that the work ends after T days when Raju left. So that means that Vicky was the person who left 3 days before the work. That means whatever be the total time after Raju left, and Vicky left 3 days before the work got completed. That's why I'm multiplying how many days, how many work Vicky did, 5 into t minus 3. Let us say if Vicky does 5 unit of work in a single day, in 2 days he will be doing 5 into 2, in 3 days he will be doing 5 into 3. Similarly, if he is working for t minus 3 days, so total work done by Vicky after Raju left is 5 into t minus 3. In how many days is the work completed? Now there is no statement given about Tinku. Now since there is no statement is given about Tinku, we will by default consider that Tinku is the person who did not leave the work unless it is completed. So Tinku is the one who worked till last. That means Tinku worked for T days. What is T days? T days are those days when Raju left and Vicky and Tinku were remaining. So this 30 unit of work is done by Vicky and Tinku. Although Vicky left 3 days earlier, yet he has contributed to some extent. So how much he contributed? 5 into t minus 3. How much Tinku can contribute? Let me say this t is a small t because capital T represents Tinku. Let us say this is a small t to avoid confusion. So remaining work is done by Vicky and Tinku. How much work did they do? They did 5 into t minus 3 plus 4 into t. So it is equal to remaining work 30. So 5t minus 15 plus 4t is equal to 30. So 5t plus 4t is 90. Minus 15 will be added there. It will be plus 15. That means we will be getting 45 to t is equal to 9. That means that after Raju left after 2 days, the work went on till 9 days. So the total number of days, कितने लगे काम को complete करने के लिए? That means 9 plus 2, that is 11 days the work lasted for. Let me tell you, okay, यहाँ पर कुछ mistake. Okay, I have done one silly mistake here. This should be 45 by 9, that is 5. So this is 5 plus 2, 7. 11 is not right answer. 7 is right answer. So 7. So we have been asked in how many days is the work completed? So work completed in 7 days. And one of the students have come up with the right answer, that is Lakshmi Shakya. So I appreciate all the people who have been given us the right answer. Namrata, Reena, Lakshmi, so Disha. I appreciate all of you for your work. That's very good job. So that's enough for the day. Again, I apologize for the delay that happened, that the mishappening that happened in the first 10 to 15 minutes. You were not able to see my screen. That was mistake from my end. I apologize for that. But again, I am thankful for attending this session, and I am going, and I best of luck to all the participants that are going to sit in NIFT exam. I hope you do a great job and you all get selected in the exam. So thank you.